Kanye and Bianca Censori made their very first red carpet debut at the Grammys, leaving literally nothing to our imaginations. He was wearing an outfit in all black, but he walked out onto the red carpet with his wife, who was wearing nothing.
Here, there.
And I'm telling you, nothing.
Technically, there is a sheer dress on.
There is a see-through dress that is basically like thinner than tissue paper, and nothing is being covered. She is not wearing any undergarments whatsoever, but we only showed you the censored version of this image.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Because we don't want YouTube to get us in trouble, but apparently he can do this in public and not get arrested.
Did you see the picture of like the kid looking around the corner?
What?
There was like a kid.
Whose kid is at the Grammys and why?
And there was like a kid looking around the corner as she was doing this. Yeah.
That is horrifying.
Yep.
Someone call CPS on whoever's child that was.
Yep.
But yeah, this was the way that they decided to debut as a couple to the music industry. And they were also seen licking each other and engaging in heavy PDA at the Grammys after party. And this is...
I mean, I've been told, at least according to most of what I saw on Twitter, that she didn't want to do this, that she was actually being coerced into doing this. So that's what I've been led to believe. Everyone's telling me that she couldn't possibly be degenerate and exhibitionist, that she's only doing this because he's making her. That's
There's
what they're
one
saying.
tweet here that says, any woman who has been physically, sexually, or emotionally abused will recognize the blank look on Bianca Censori's face. Her eyes say it all. Okay, I don't buy that for a second.
It's like when they talk
I never did.
It's like when they talk about body language experts.
No. Yeah, it's just not hard for me to believe in the slightest that a woman like Bianca Censori, as well accomplished as she might have been before meeting Kanye, would be totally down to debase herself for clout and money.
There was a comment on the Page 6 article that says, I think it's important to note that there are a large number of Make-A-Wish kids on that red carpet.
At the same time as them as well. I hope not. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah. And, you know, there is a lot of talk about Hollywood humiliation rituals. And in some form or another, I would just like to point out that this is one of them. I think that...
Okay, can I ask a question? She was a model former, right? Was she a model, or she's just somebody
She's technically an architect.
Okay. Like, isn't it pretty common for somebody who's actually a model on a runway to leave a blank expression? Like, that's actually kind of the point, is to not make a specific look one way or another. Like, to me, this just looks like Xanax.
I think that this is part of the outfit. Her facial expression is part of the outfit.
And she was known for doing this before she dated Kanye.
The
Maybe
whole
not to this
point of
extent,
not
but...
wearing clothes is to wipe clean someone's entire individual identity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The reason she is showing up on this red carpet basically naked is to dehumanize herself.
I do not see this as a humiliation ritual in any... unless they're saying that he's humiliating her.
No, but literally what this is a sexual ritual, which gets them off.
Yes. He loves it.
In order to humiliate her. But what he doesn't realize is this humiliates and debases everyone involved. He has been humiliated, obviously. She is humiliating herself by going along with it. Everyone watching is being debased and degraded by having to watch this. The children who happened to be present at this event were also being exploited. And in the service of Kanye's pornography addiction. This is very clear to me.
It even connects to his family because she does resemble his ex-wife so much.
Super creepy. Yeah. So I mean, he's also trying to humiliate Kim by going for this Kim doppelganger and making her expose herself on the public stage. And Kanye has been very open about struggling with pornography addiction heavily in the past. He's talked about this, the way that it hurt his marriage and his family. And yet, despite all that, he seems to be leaning into it even more and also shoving it at everyone else's faces. So, you know, there was a rumor that the Grammys escorted them out for this display.
True, yeah.
That didn't end up being true, but that would have been the right call, because you cannot get away with just putting on whatever indecent, disgusting display you want in public just because you're an icon. No one cares. This isn't okay.
Well, no. Okay, so here's the thing. If we're talking about results purely, when you look up the Grammys, the first thing that comes up is this.
But you can't get away with this, especially once you have cultivated a Christian fan base.
I mean, he doesn't have that. I mean, he had that.
No, he still, I'm telling you, he currently does. He has cultivated a Christian fan base with worship music and professing his faith to anyone who will listen for years. And then suddenly...
That feels like a lifetime ago now. And even then, his fan base was already so widespread before that losing the Christian fan base won't hurt him in the way that it might hurt
It's not that I think it will. But suddenly he turns his back on that system of morals. And it wasn't that long ago that he was very passionate about it, by the way. I'll mention... He invited Bryson Gray to write his album with him in Tokyo back in the summer of 2023. That was not very long ago that he was all about his faith. So then he turns his back on that, and all of these fans or former fans were meant to think that he either was putting on a front the whole time, or he has just drastically taken a turn for the worse.
I mean, I don't buy the identities of any celebrity. I think they shed skin regularly. So I guess I just, whenever I see somebody who says something I might agree with or disagree with, I just take it as their next layer in this industry. And he's kind of known for reinvention. So I wouldn't expect any identity to sit too long. I could see him immediately going back the other direction or towards something new and just move on with it and do what you will.
I think that he's completely fried his brain with
he
pornography. I think that he's completely fried his brain with both pornography and drugs.
He was on a bender the other day on Twitter.
Well, he's been on a drug bender. He's fried his brain with drugs. Milo, his former chief of staff, talked about this. He was addicted to inhaling nitrous oxide, and in extreme amounts that literally just kill off your brain cells in mass amounts. He could barely think or speak, and now that is evident in his social media behavior because he went on a tweet rampage.
He was all
over the weekend. He first off thanked the Grammys for nominating his album Carnival. He said, "The world is so lucky to have me." This is Delusions of Grandeur. He said, "Trump's back in office. Ye is back a billionaire. The world might just be okay." He's referring to a recent estimate of his net worth at about $2.7 billion. I don't know if I believe that or how that's calculated.
Forbes apparently says nay.
He says, "Calling X Twitter is like calling Ye Kanye. I don't want to hear nobody call Twitter Twitter. I mean X. Don't call X Twitter."
Forbes says Ye's current net worth is at about $400 million.
So it's some discrepancy there.
I don't know who to believe.
He said, "I speak in third person from now on. Damn, just warming up. I'm rich. I can say whatever the F I want. I do this for the broke me."
I do like
Shout
the idea
out to broke me. This one's for you.
I do like the idea that to him, he can only say whatever he wants if he's a billionaire, but at 400 million, whoa, hold on.
That's the broke him.
I better censor myself.
He said, "Shalom." He said, "F reading and anyone who can do it." The Democrats
I'm with you on that one sometimes.
The Democrats made me take the loser post down. Nah, I'm kidding. They don't control black people no more. Trump for life.
I don't know
I risked my life to wear a red hat. Then he turned it black. Hey kids, Twitter is a great way to express yourself and crash 3 companies at once. Yes, Jesus loves me. Isaac Cervantes III said, "Hello, Brad Dasosovich and Marvy Mergen. I love this show, but I always get your names wrong. Also, women, more is better than buck naked.
Buck naked. Yeah.
It always is.
That's close enough on my name. That's
Even
fine.
just dressing slutty is better than whatever she was going for there. Then Kanye ended up unfollowing everybody on Twitter except for Taylor Swift.
I did see Stan Twitter saying that this was was abusive towards her. They said he was stalking her by doing this.
He's posting screenshots of his private text messages with Elon Musk. And then he said, Kamala seems like a very nice human. I just want to say sorry to her kids. And then he just ended up posting a whole photo shoot of naked Bianca. Him and her alone in these Polaroid photos, just completely naked prior to the Grammys. He posted all of these in quick succession. They're still up. He deleted them on Instagram, though, and then followed it up with a photo of Don Lemon, posted like an hour ago. He said, "This the goofball that started the rumor that me and my wife got kicked out of the Grammys. 3 decades of innovating music, and they always beeps like this." He's using a slur related to raccoons in that post. I don't know if that's true about Don Lemon starting the rumor, but
what did you think about the focus from the public on this? So last night, again, like whatever your algorithm is on social media, you're going to see people's takes based on what you tend to interact with. And the majority of the stuff that I was seeing on, I think it was on my following page, not the For You page, was people who were saying, how could Kanye do this to her? He's controlling her.
People you follow were saying that?
Yeah, a lot of them were saying stuff like that. What do you think? Do you think that's what it is, or do you think that it's? I mean, the truth is, I think it ends up somewhere closer to the middle. But I wasn't sure how I felt about that particular framing of how these things are going, or of how this went.
No, I don't believe that she's being controlled or abused.
Yeah.
I don't. I never did.
It's just weird because when we talked about the Bonnie Blue stuff, we talked about that, and then people said, but what about the men? So we talked about that too.
Mm-hmm. But you can never just get it right.
No, there's no like this is the right take. You kind of have to.
She shouldn't have done that. Yeah. But she's doing all of these debasing things in public, going out in public looking like a complete hoe.
Thank you.
Thank you. All I'm saying is she dressed like a hoe before she was with Kanye, but she was never going out like this. She was never going out naked or in her underwear. Like that was never a thing that she did before meeting him. So clearly it's due to his influence and his suggestion, and that's his preference. It shouldn't be if he respects his wife as his wife, rather than wanting to display her like a piece of meat to the entire world. But she is going along with it because there is some benefit in it for her.
Jupiter Clark in the chat says, or Kim is mortified. Kanye has kids. Oh my God.
This is a terrible example think about the kind of identity you would develop as a young girl when this is the way your father treats and looks at women. And what that teaches her about beauty and what the body is for. I mean, she's clearly not going to imbibe the correct messages about these things, and it's really sad. Yeah. She clearly already has too much exposure to social media. That's something that Kanye used to see as a problem, that he was opposed to her having social media, but now he's one of the reasons why it's not a safe place for her to be.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.